Hello and welcome to the video series Introduction to Google AdWords. This is the first part, Google AdWords for Beginners. My name is Philipp Sekirik from semgermany.com in Berlin, and in this tutorial I will teach you the basics of how to create and run a successful Google AdWords campaign. In the first video you will learn what Google AdWords can actually do for your business, the advantages for you as an advertiser, and how to reach your target customers with it. So, what is Google AdWords? Let's think of a potential customer, for example, who wants to find a hotel and make a hotel reservation. So he goes to Google and types in the keyword hotel reservation. Now he's shown a couple of search results that are relevant to his search. In this case, it's a list of websites where you can make hotel reservations. The areas here highlighted in red are the paid results. That means these businesses are paying in order to appear on the search results page whenever someone searches for a specific keyword and then clicks on their link. And because these ads are shown on the search results page, Google refers to this type of advertisement as the search network. The process behind it is fairly simple. You only have to first create a Google AdWords account, enter your payment information such as your credit card, define your keywords you want to appear for and write your ads, set up your daily budget and your cost per click bet, and then already you can start your campaign and your ads are up and running. Now, of course, if you've seen the Google AdWords backend already, you probably know that the system provides lots of different options and settings that allow you to control your ads and increase your campaign performance. So in reality, you actually want to do a little bit more than just that if you want to set up the most profitable campaign. But the basic process is actually very simple. So your next question probably is, then what does it cost? And here's an example calculation. In fact, Google AdWords is an auction system, so you can decide how much you're willing to pay for a click. Your maximum cost per click bid or maximum CPC and what your competitors are willing to pay decides if your ads are shown and on what position. So, for example, if you set your maximum CPC on 25 cents per click, that means you will never pay more than 25 cents when someone clicks on your link. And let's say you receive 500 impressions, that means your ad is shown 500 times, and you receive 37 clicks in total, then in order to know your maximum cost, you calculate 37 multiplied by 25 cents, and that's $9.25. Please note that the number of impressions doesn't actually play a role in this type of calculation. So you could also get 5,000 or 10,000 or more impressions, and the end result wouldn't change because you only pay when someone actually clicks on your link. Also keep in mind that the amount of $9.25 would also be the absolute maximum you would have to expect, because it can also happen that you receive clicks for less than your maximum CPC, depending on how high your competitors are bidding. So you could in reality see more clicks coming in for that money, but it will never exceed whatever you set up as the maximum you're willing to pay. Now, the search network is probably the most popular function of Google AdWords, but there is also a second type, a little less popular function of the system that also can be used to serve online ads. Let's have a look at this food and recipe website. This banner here on the right side promoting women's fashion is also coming from a Google ad network. And in this case, this banner is probably shown because of the fact that recipe websites are often read by women. So the system here delivers an ad that is relevant to the target audience of this website. Here is a second example, The Rides magazine, a website about cars. And here again, highlighted in red, is a banner ad also delivered by Google. And this particular case, I think, is a perfect example of how precisely ads can be targeted to exactly the right people who might be interested in what your business has to offer. Because although the website I'm visiting here is in English and probably US based, the system recognizes me as a visitor coming from Germany and not only shows me a car ad, but also shows me a car ad from a company actually operating in Germany. So this ad here makes perfect sense to me. It's relevant to me because of the topic of the website and because of my location. And because of the fact that these types of ads don't appear on Google's search results page, but instead allow you to display your ads on such external websites, Google refers to it as the display network. For the display network, you can choose between two auction types. The cost per click or CPC auction, the same as explained in the previous example, or the cost per mille or CPM auction type. In this case, you don't set a maximum cost per click, but a maximum cost per 1,000 impressions. So how does this one work? Here is an example CPM calculation. Let's say you set your maximum CPM to 25 cents. That means you're willing to pay a maximum of 25 cents per 1,000 ad impressions. Your ad receives 100,000 impressions and you get 350 clicks to your website. In order to calculate the maximum cost for this example, you divide your 100,000 impressions by 1,000 because you pay per 1,000 impressions, and then multiply this number by your maximum CPM. In this case, it's 25 cents. So the result is a total of $25. As you may have noticed, in contrast to a pay-per-click calculation, the actual number of clicks doesn't play any role in this type of CPM calculation. So if you chose CPM bidding on the display network, you may even receive less or more clicks than shown in this example. That means your maximum cost only depends on the number of impressions your ad receives. And that makes this type of bidding interesting. For instance, if your goal is to have a branding campaign and the actual number of clicks on your ad is not so important to you. So the main advantage of Google AdWords for advertisers is that it is an extremely efficient way of advertising that can be set up very fast. It's very flexible in terms of your goals, whether you want to increase the number of clicks to your website or increase your brand awareness. You always have the possibility to adjust your biddings and campaign settings, pause campaigns, start new campaigns, add or remove keywords from it. It's extremely measurable, which is probably one of the most important advantages for many advertisers, that you can exactly track and analyze what happens in your AdWords account, measure the effect of your campaign spendings, and calculate your return on investment. As you've seen, it can be highly targeted, so your ads are shown only to those people who are likely to be interested in your product or services. And all that makes it very cost effective to run your ads because you never pay more than what you're willing to pay as a maximum per click or per ad impression. In other words, with Google AdWords, you can reach your potential customers when they search for your product or service, which means maximum relevance of your ads. You can access your campaign statistics and measure the performance data at any time, so that is clear transparency of your account activities, and you can start, edit, optimize and pause your campaigns whenever you want, which means you always have full control over your campaigns. An important question also is, what options are there to target the right audience? You've seen already that it's possible to narrow down and segment audiences, so you show your ad only to people who are interested in your business. And here I show you the most important targeting options. First of all, there is keyword targeting. So your ad is triggered because of a keyword someone types in, or in case of the display network, because a website is relevant to a specific keyword. Location targeting means you can choose to show your ad only within a specific region or country, or even city only if you want, which especially makes sense when you have a local business and want to reach people only within a specific area. Or language targeting means your ad is shown to people with a specific language setting in their browser. Device targeting is interesting if you want to include or exclude people with mobile devices, for example. And time targeting allows you to show your ad only during a specific time. So, of course, you can run your ads 24/7 if you want to, but you can also decide to only let them run during your business hours, for example, or only on weekends when that makes sense for you, or not on Fridays. And the interesting part is that options can also be combined. So you could target people, let's say from Switzerland, who speak French, and show them ads in their language, And then you could have a campaign that also targets people from Switzerland, but who speak German, and show them the right ads in their language. Or you could have a campaign for the UK and one for the US and another one for Australia, for example, and run your ads only during daytime in each of the different time zones. There are even more targeting options that I didn't mention here, as for instance placement targeting and demographic targeting, but I hope this already gives you a good understanding of the general concept, how the system works. So, thank you so much for watching this video. I'd like to hear from you. If you have any questions or comments, please use the comment section when you're watching on YouTube, or visit the website for more information at www.semgermany.com. SEM Germany specializes in Google AdWords campaigns for the German-speaking market. So if you want to run Google AdWords campaigns in countries such as Germany, Austria, or Switzerland, and are looking for a native-speaking and certified Google AdWords professional, let's get in touch at semgermany.com. Thank you, and see you in the next video.